haven't been listening to me. I told you they were
We didn't have any money for optical, so this is what's called a, I think we do this with a beam splitter where we, you take a half-mirrored pane of glass and you shoot through it. And you see something in front of you and the thing next to it, and you line them up from it. And Arnold Gargiulo made this monster, and I specifically requested that it be a puppet that I could hold in my hand for the close-ups, this head. So this thing's huge, right? So the size of this head.
I know.
And so for the close-up head that has like the brows that move you just saw, he made this puppet head, which was about 18 inches high, and then filled it with epoxy resin. So it weighed 70 pounds. And so all the scenes where you see that, I'm just holding it up from off camera. Yeah, there's this Gibson, looks like my father.
The spectators are getting psyched up for the battle to the death.
See, now John is surrounded by monsters. What's he gonna do? He's just a rock and roll guy. This guy's carrying a knife.
Wow. There's no escape.
And this is me doing the voice, the process.
Let the battle begin.
This guy's smoking a cigarette. That's my anti-smoking comment.
Wasting my time, Bob.
John Triton's not scared. He's ready.
Yeah, you know, what's so weird is that Arnold, who works, I think, he works like at the Metropolitan Opera now, like doing those operatic makeups and stuff. And this thing actually moved and everything, but it just was so big and heavy that the fingers moved. They're all controlled by cables.
You've killed no one, Bub. What? Or is it less familiar to call you Beelzebub? Or do you prefer a bad one? Or as the Hindus called you, Shaitan? Or as you were known to answer to Ahriman, Belial, Apollyon, Asmodeus?
Like we've stopped commentating because we're actually watching this. We all love this moment in the movie here. His hands, I remember holding that thing up. Boy,
that was heavy.
Never hear.
Then I had to fight you with it.
Really, shadows I created.
You know? Remember, like when you were wrestling with that thing?
Souls that
You're slamming. Boom.
Yeah, that thing was like a rock. See, there's our pastiche. You know, this is all these people were just characters from other horror movies.
Where I saw that nerdy bass player before.
Yes, and the one with the guy with the hockey mask.
Because we couldn't say Friday the 13th, right? We would have been sued.
Can't you see that now?
I think that's why they like this movie, is because they know that we like those other movies, you know?
There's different influences in there.
Here comes the metal jockstrap.
I knew if I pissed you off long enough, you'd make a personal appearance.
So, wait, so...
I knew if I pissed you off long enough, you'd make a personal appearance.
What?
In the intercessor.
Recreate it? How many years later?
That's right, we could do it here live for you. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Steve Reeves, Hercules Unchained.
Look at those veins. There's the jockstrap.
Yeah. The 50-inch chest, 20-inch arms.
So wait, so the point is you let him kill those people because you know they were fake? I never knew that. Here he is.
I am Triton.
Do it.
The Archangel.
I am Triton, the Archangel.
Overstepped your line again, Bob.
He's crossed the
It is
line.
the Creator's highest law that keeps you in your dark place, and yet you and your brethren still insist on coming into this world to try and steal a place in the world of the living.
Now we could do 10 of these movies because you could go wherever. You could go to the Amityville Horror House next.
Shall we dance?
Right. It's so funny because this creature had no legs; he just had feet. Right? So I could, because I had storyboarded this whole thing out, and then I'd actually shot the entire movie in my house in Bronxville with my friends in it, not the friends in the video. and he worked out all these shots because he knew he'd have no time. So I was like, Arnold, just make me legs. Or John walks, and then we see the legs. This creature is only from the waist up. Fighting this one's from the waist up. And here they come.
Whoa.
This is why they love this movie.
Yeah. Well, this is
these,
fun.
These octopuses. And this is a great song, too.
Well, I went up and caught it.
Right, he had to catch it and hold it against himself.
Look at the poofed hair right there.
God, it looks like you put your finger on like an electric socket or something.
Whoa.
Hey, that one almost got in your hair.
Yeah.
There it is. Frank
He's holding on. So
Frank sculpted those things, and he made a whole bunch of them out of.
Oh, it went around the neck.
He made some out of hot melt vinyl, some out of foam, and they only had he sculpted it on a piece of plexiglass, and only had a top to it. And then I said sculpt the bottom, so he didn't want to make these suckers. So those are Cheerios. Like you just put Cheerios on the sculpture, and then we made them all off it. So we didn't have to sculpt the original suckers. And then we thought you could just rip this thing in pieces, and it was so hard.
No, it's harder
We
than
had to
bending a
cut
steel
it
bar.
up. Yeah, John could
And
bend
all the poof made it slippery, right?
John could bend a steel bar, but he couldn't rip this. He's like, God damn you! I'll show you.
That made me pissed. That's why I was sleepless.
This is before wrestling was big, you know. Wrestling a monster. No one ever wrestled a monster in a movie.
We should have done it live at the Gardens.
You should do a stage show. Have a guy dress up like the evil one.
I've had a lot of fans ask me if we could recreate scenes live from the movie.
Well, we'd love to remake this film for like $10 million, but make the evil one look exactly like that, like no better.
Yeah.
Maybe he'd move a little better, wouldn't be so heavy.
Maybe some lasers out of the eyes.
Oh yeah, we got laser eye shot because of the beam splitters coming up. Look at this shot. But meanwhile, when John's fighting this thing, I'm holding this thing up. I've got my arm up its ass, and it just told Mark, keep going around us, head-butting each other. This thing, wait.
And it had a hard head. I remember the head hit me.
It was like it was fiberglass.
Oh, it almost knocked me unconscious.
The arms were just held on by like string. This is why people like this movie, because no one had ever made a movie where a guy in a metal jockstrap fought the devil. I don't think anyone made one after this. Have you ever seen a movie like that where somebody fought the devil in a metal jockstrap?
They broke the mold when they made this movie.
When they broke the mold when they made your jockstrap. You're punching it. There's no sounds here of punches and stuff because you couldn't afford it. You're beating the crap out of the devil. And by the way, if it looks like John is actually fighting for his life here, it is, because if I hit him with this thing, he's dead.
That thing was heavy, hard. Get up, you fool.
Get up. Grab his feet. See, there's just feet. It's not attached or anything. Whoa. I was so happy with myself that you pulled the feet, head went over, and then this is just the head and shoulders with the hands. And then the close-up head. Of course, he's not saying anything. Show him I can get back up. What? I'll get it with my eye beams. That was another beam splitter shot that didn't work.
Now, would you call John Triton a superhero?
Oh, absolutely. He's the archangel. He's a superhero.
You know, they're going to make 18 superhero movies coming up. Major superhero movies. So this was the predecessor to them all.
This is again with the beam splitter. This flare was to the side, and then took him out of there.
That was a flash pod.
Yeah, a little flash pod. Because the crew was smoking that flash pot.
I'll see you again, old Scratch.
The fight is unfinished.
The fight goes on wherever the devil is. Now this is like this